video about the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie, with informations from other YouTubers. Let's get to it.
The Freddy's movie has officially gotten a release date along with official images of the film, a mini animatronic reveal, and tons of news. This is the biggest video I've released on the FNAF movie yet. I just released a video yesterday, and in it, they said that they cast Adam Bird for Freddy Fazbear and Stacy DePass as Chica. However, since then, we have gotten even more incredibly interesting cast notes as well. The first notable one is that John Sanford Moore was cast for voice acting and motion capture for the character Bonnie, which of course is to be expected as Bonnie is one of the classic main four, along with Freddy and Chica, and now even Foxy, as Roger Joseph Manning Jr. was also recently cast for none other than Foxy the Pirate as well, which is great. But more interestingly, we also got word that actress Jane Wheeler will be playing none other than the Puppet, and this is where things start to get cool. The Puppet is officially going to be in the FNAF movie to some capacity. Now, what makes this really weird is that in other videos, we covered that the FNAF movie seems to be about FNAF 1, or at least in that general time span based on what we know so far. However, with us seeing the Puppet, this is all the confirmation we need that there's going to be characters from other games with voice acting and movement scenes as well, which is really cool, and I wonder how the Puppet is going to fit into this role. But probably the biggest and most telling cast that we got above all is that Ted Atherton was cast for motion capture and voice acting as none other than Golden Freddy. So this is absolutely wild. Golden Freddy is confirmed to be coming into the movie at some point, and like the others, is going to have a speaking role and a moving role, which is honestly surprising since Golden Freddy is most renowned for his sheer lack of movement, from his hanging corpse to just his head. But either way, that's wonderful to hear. Now, if you missed my last video, what all these cast updates for animatronics all mean for clarification is that, for starters, these actors and actresses will of course be doing the voices for all the characters, whether that be just for singing on stage or maybe for even some dialogue with the animatronics themselves. But then there's this motion capture stuff, which essentially means, along with animatronics and suits, there's also going to be a use of CGI as a way of editing the characters in to most likely flow along with scenes that would be really difficult to do with big 8-foot-tall robots. But either way, I'm sure it will look cool. Also, as I'm making this, the actor Dylan Horner was casted as just the voice actor for Balloon Boy, which once again plays into the theory that FNAF 2 and other games are going to show up in this movie. But also, man, are we really adding Balloon Boy into the game? I hate his stupid face.
Which is still really cool, but the reveal of Abby as well. Abby is playing Mike Schmidt's younger sister in the movie. It looks like from here she's getting taken to the abandoned location. Universal Pictures will release Blumhouse's Five Nights at Freddy's on Friday, October 27th, 2023, worldwide. The film will also premiere day and date with theatrical release on Peacock. The terrifying horror game phenomenon becomes a blood-chilling cinematic event as Blumhouse, the producer of Megan, The Black Phone, The Invisible Man, brings Five Nights at Freddy's to the big screen. The film follows a troubled security guard as he begins working at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. While spending his first night on the job, he realizes the night shift at Freddy's won't be so easy to make it through. Starring Josh Hutcherson, Matthew Lillard, Elizabeth Lale, Connor Sterling, Piper Rubio, and Mary Stuart Masterson. Five Nights at Freddy's is directed by Emma Tammy and is written by Scott Cawthon, Emma Tammy, and Seth Kudabak. The film's iconic animatronic characters will be created by Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Five Nights at Freddy's is produced by Jason Blum and Scott Cawthon. The film's executive producers are Bia Sakura, Russell Binder, and Christopher H. Warner. Universal Pictures presents a Blumhouse production in association with Striker.
Fans, you asked and we delivered. The FNAF movie is coming this Halloween on October 27th, 2023. 205 days until the party, and that is the big news. If you don't know, yesterday Jason tweeted the word tomorrow, which FNAF fans know what that means. Big FNAF news was coming today, and it came late in the day, but it finally came. The release date for the FNAF movie, and also a teaser. Like I said, this release date is a lot earlier than I thought it was going to be, and I think there's a good reason for that. I think this movie uses a lot more practical effects rather than CGI. I said this in a video last year about the FNAF movie, but Blumhouse is known for making lower budget horror movies, and their time between filming and the movie coming out usually isn't as long as like a Marvel movie would be. Marvel movies have a ton of CGI, they take a ton of time, but the reason this movie only needs 6 months in post-production is because all of these things are practical effects. All of the OG FNAF YouTubers, Dawko, Raz, Baz, and 8-Bit Ryan got to go see the FNAF movie set, and they said that it's a real pizzeria. They emphasized how real it looks, and I think that's because they didn't want to use too much CGI in this movie. Because of the style of Five Nights at Freddy's, I think this movie would be better with practical effects anyway. I think too much CGI would just take people out of it. But yes, October 27th is way earlier than I thought. I thought it was going to be like early next year because horror movies usually come out like January, February, March. They also come out towards October because it's obviously Halloween. And I think that's the best idea. They really want to take advantage of that Halloween season, and I think that's a great idea because November wouldn't feel right, December wouldn't feel right, and October feels just right. It's also coming out October 27th, a few days before Halloween, so they have that first weekend to rake in the box office.
And that's it for today. We all are excited, but it's last stop project. See you guys in the next video.